So in order for them to become responsible, first and foremost, it is necessary that you do not have sex if you do not want to have children. Now wait. If they desire to have sex, then they're doing it outside marriage. That's the other thing, because outside marriage there's no responsibility. Yes. What happens is a boyfriend will have sex with this girl because they both wanted to have sex. Yes. Then the boyfriend says, "Look, we both consented to that sex. Now you became pregnant. I didn't ask you to become pregnant. Yes. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to go away." Now she's in stress.
Is pro-abortion for political reasons rather than other reasons?
Well, it could be his. You know, every Muslim. In fact, there are many Muslims around the world, and Islam itself is not. The Muslims are not a monolith. They have different views, different perspectives, different understanding, different interpretation of all these rules. Yes.
So there isn't one standard for life?
No, there is. Of course, there is There's a common standard to which most Muslims adhere to, but then there are Muslims who would actually disagree with those things.
Right.
Like, for example, abortion is a very good example. Yes, most Muslims would disagree with abortion and they would be pro-life.
Right.
Yes, but there are many Muslims who would be in favor of abortion. But mainly the reason that they would be such is not from a religious perspective, more from their own perspective. Yeah, personal, mostly.
You don't see that as being something wrong?
Yeah, of course I see it as wrong.
Right.
If I'm coming purely from Islamic perspective, I would say they're following their desire rather than the faith.
Right.
And the same applies within Christianity as well.
Yeah, so
there are many Christians who are pro-life, and many Christians who are pro-abortion.
Right, I'm from Ireland, and we had the referendum a few months back, and it was like overwhelmingly, nearly 70% of people voted to legalise abortion because the campaign used rape, like specifically rape, even though like, that's less than 3% of total abortions. They use that, and there's 70% of people, even though it's like 70% of the people in the country are Catholic. So then what the Catholic Church said after that is, well, Catholics, looking at the statistics, some Catholics voted for abortion, and they said, well, those Catholics should go to confession. They should, as a Catholic, if they are actual Catholics, they should go to confession and repent for their sins because they've committed a sin and voted for this thing.
Are you from a Catholic background?
Yeah, I'm Catholic.
Okay. Is that the reason you're pro-life?
At first, I would have said out of following Christian tradition or Catholic, I'm pro-life. But then, even if you put the religion aside, I think you can see a pregnant woman, the fetus, it has value, that it is life. Now, I think even atheists believe in that in some instances. Now, it's not purely religious.
Yeah, obviously, not every atheist is pro-abortion.
And not every Christian is.
Yeah, but mostly the people who are religious, they use the scripture to substantiate their stance and their ideology, and many of the atheists who basically see this, they see it from a humanistic perspective, and that's the reason they actually distinguish between when a pregnant woman is pregnant, they do not consider that fetus as a child until a certain age. Yes, I think the legal age in this country, I think it's 14 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think
is it 14 weeks?
It can go up to 24, I believe.
Yeah.
24? That would be more than
That's a very late. That's a very, very late. But you know what? The thing with abortion, though, is we speak about abortion. Yeah, we're having all these perspectives and stuff. But I don't see a single woman here who's actually giving their opinion on abortion, which is
one of the things.
Well, I discussed it earlier, and there were women with whom I discussed this, and even the women would they agreed most of the time that it is not right for them to abort a child. But the thing is, you see, many of these atheists who actually are pro-abortion, they wouldn't use the term child.
Yeah.
Yes.
They say ball of cells.
Exactly. Some of them will say there's it's a bunch of cells. Some will say it's fetus. Some will say X, Y, and Z. So they want to dehumanize.
At the end of the day,
in a way.
But what I believe, at the end of the day, the only thing you're dehumanizing is the woman. It's her choice, is it not? Right? I disagree with abortion.
Yeah, but
I would never have my life.
When you say it's her choice, but is her choice right?
What about the choice of the child?
Yeah, does the child
exactly
who still doesn't have the ability to distinguish?
I actually studied this. It's very interesting. I actually studied this. Yeah, before abortion was actually legal.
Yeah.
So before the 1967. That's it. Before 1967, I think between 1956 and 1967, more than 300,000 or something along those lines, women died Yeah, because they were doing illegal abortions on the back streets of London. They had these illegal clinics. Absolutely disgusting. They didn't have hygienic tools. They didn't have proper medicine and proper practice. So the argument is,
but still, you see, whether it's done legally or illegally, the point still remains. There's a child who dies.
But the point is, either A, the NHS and our services offer illegally and save lives, or B, people are going to find ways to do it.
It's already legal in NHS.
Yeah, exactly. Or B, wait 1 second, or B, people do it anyway and people die.
Like in Ireland.
Like an island, yeah. Do you know how much? It's disgusting. So, no matter what we argue, how much we argue, is it bad? Is it good? What's the morals? How is it going to affect the baby? Is it a choice? Is it not a choice? At the end of the day, people will seek it out anyway, regardless.
I'm not saying they will not seek other means to abort the child. But the thing is, we are talking about the moral of that killing a child who is yet unborn is right or not. It's not about how that child is killed. You see what I mean? But we're talking about just the morality of it.
At the end of the day, even if you believe it's right, yeah, even if you believe it's wrong, even if you believe it's right, doesn't matter. There will still be abortions.
No, but you see, we're talking about two different things, I think.
Suffers from mental health 6
Hold
times more.
Yeah, no.
Someone who has an abortion is 3 times more likely.
Start raining again, is it?
It gives birth to somebody. So there are all these, like if you talk about protecting women, isn't that not disgusting that all these women who have abortions go on to have serious mental health issues and serious suicide problems?
Oh, how are you doing,
And then,
proper support.
Welcome to Speaker's Corner.
okay, so we ban abortions completely.
We're not completely. I think there is. If the baby's dead, if the woman's life is at threat, and if a rape
so abortion is only in special circumstances, right? So what about the thousands of illegal abortions that happen every day? Think about before abortions were legal. Before abortions were legal, there were thousands, hundreds of thousands of deaths.
right? So
I know that, right?
In Ireland, right? In
Because
Ireland,
people sought
because
abortion.
in Ireland abortion was illegal, right? And people would come to the UK to get abortions. But the thing is, right? They did this study in the US between states where abortion was illegal and abortion was legal. And they had the people just going to the next state to get the abortion. But when they legalized abortion in the other state where it had previously been illegal, the abortion rate went up. So the number of people going to the other state,
Because they see it as an alternative.
and it became normalized. It's the same thing happened in the UK.
I'm saying I don't see a solution to it. A, you either ban abortion and people die, or B, you let abortion happen and babies get murdered.
Why don't you see a solution? What about the solution of having a child? Why not?
Not in today's society where we can modify sex.
We got contraceptives. Why is it impossible?
We can modify sex. Look how our society is selling sex.
No. We got contraceptions, so there is a solution. We got contraceptions.
Yeah, and we understand we have contraception.
Okay, so the people who
It's not 100%.
No. It is almost 99.9%.
That's not 100%.
No, but the thing is,
large millions of people are having sex every day.
Most of the abortions that take place, yes, it's not because they
planning.
Hear me out.
Accidents.
Hear me out. Most of the abortions that take place is not because of circumstances like rape or like basically like where the contraceptive went wrong or something. Most of it is because they did not use the contraception, or they managed to somehow get a pregnancy without and they did not plan it. Most of the cases is because of this. It's not because they use contraception and the contraceptions have failed. So what I'm saying is that for you to say that there is no solution, that's incorrect.
I don't see a solution from
wait. There is a solution, yes, of being responsible. Yes, most of the things today, the youngsters are basically having sex outside.
That's not a solution. That's impossible to take responsibility.
Let me finish. Yes, when two people have sex, yes, without contraceptions, then these two people who are consenting to sex, yes, they know what's going to happen. Okay? So in order for them to become responsible, first and foremost, it is necessary that you do not have sex if you do not want to have children. Now wait. If they desire to have sex, then they're doing it outside marriage. That's the other thing, because outside marriage there's no responsibility. Yes? What happens is a boyfriend will have sex with this girl because they both wanted to have sex. Yes. Then the boyfriend says, "Look, we both consented to the sex. Now you became pregnant. I didn't ask you to become pregnant. Yes. I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to go away." Now she's in stress. She's distressed, and she's now in probably going through this terrible situation, situation in which she doesn't know what to do. What is her natural inclination? To kill the child.
Listen, I understand
To
that.
abort.
I understand that, but that's not.
No wait a minute. Was there a solution before that happened? Was there a solution before that
No,
happened?
listen, but it's
Is
not.
he anti-abortion or is he pro-abortion?
Listen, I'm not.
I'm just trying to understand the conversation.
I'm not. Listen, I'm anti-abortion in the sense that it's killing the baby. At the same time, I can't see a solution. I'm not. I'm pro-life. Yes, I'm pro-life.
For me, I'm pro-choice with restrictions of viability.
Question is,
Complex.
we all know, I think
No, it's
everyone
not
would agree
complex.
that
Viability is
abortion
between 20 and 24.
So it is a
20 and 24
abhorrent,
believe in
a
any
disgusting event.
yeah, it is something abhorrent, yes.
Viability is when the baby can live on its own out of the woman's body.
If we don't have,
So that's where I draw the line.
then we know we're going to have.
I understand.
Yeah, which is the point this gentleman made, yes.
Back channel.
Yes. Quacks, we'll have quacks doing it, yeah.
Now, what do you do about the law?
Change the
Change the law and
Not
drive these
naturally
women
because this using
into
tablets
that
or
process.
whatever it is,
Personal.
you can get rid of the baby.
Yeah.
But
I
after
hope
24,
there will never be an abortion in my family. There
Don't
certainly will
allow.
The
not
baby
be
can
one if
live
I
by,
can help.
by itself out of the woman's body. So I don't believe in any.
As I told my children
because you know the
before
whole
they were
argument
married,
is
we have
her
weddings
body,
before
her
we have
choice.
babies. But if we
Once
have
the
babies
baby has
first,
its own body,
that's
it's
okay.
I don't
Before the
think
wedding.
it's her
We'll
choice.
take
Not anymore.
yeah.
I believe that it's
That's we take care of our own.
body. It's
Now,
its own
what does
person.
society
She
do
has no say anymore. That's why we should be alone.
Except
with mothers that are in need,
That's why I was just
that
trying
have
to get
made
an
bad
idea of what they were
choices, and it's a
arguing.
sociological problem. Unwanted pregnancy doesn't just happen, right? It's,
Well, when you say it doesn't, it just doesn't. It is something that people are aware that when two people have sex, yes, then there is possibility of getting pregnant. When you say it doesn't happen, look, it is not something that happened
Let me
by
explain.
accident. It happened by choice.
Let me
Listen,
explain to you what I mean by that. When I
Yeah.
say it doesn't just happen,
Yeah.
two people have sex, unprotected, the chances, especially
Yes.
young people, the chances are high that a pregnancy will occur, right? We all agree with that.
So it's intentional.
Yes,
It's
intentional
intentional.
on the part of these two young
Absolutely,
people.
yes.
But the question is, what other issues are there working behind the scenes? In other words, I'm proud to say that my children never had this problem. Now, I'd like to think it's because my wife and I raised smart, responsible children, and they did not want to disappoint their parents.
Which is a very important point. I agree.
And we tried to be responsible parents. I hope, you never know, but I hope we were. And so they made good choices.
Absolutely.
Now, that's not to say that the greatest parent in the world could not have this happen to them.
Yeah.
The question still remains, if you're going to have a society where you're not going to do those things, like in the United States, in our inner cities, we have the worst sociological problems you could imagine. And we've thrown hundreds of billions of dollars at it,
Nothing happens.
maybe in the
Can I
trillions,
make a
and
point?
we
That's
still
the
have the
point I was
problem.
gonna
I want to make a point here.
She's American.
So I think that where the conflict really comes from is not really whether people are pro-choice or pro-life.
Right.
It comes to where you think a baby is a baby.
Well, may I
That's,
respond to that?
it is. I'm just saying it's a big part of the abortion
That's not what we're
May I
conversation.
respond to that?
That's not what we're discussing. We're discussing the
You
solution.
realize that I'm the only woman in this conversation about abortion, right? Putting that out there.
Do you have children?
No, I don't. And I've never had an abortion either. But I know.
No, I'm just saying you did.
I know a lot of people that have as well.
Who knows the answer to that question?
Yeah.
Because if, as people say, life begins at conception, and frankly, that's above my pay grade, right? I can't make that call.
Absolutely.
But if it does, then you can't have abortion anywhere ever, right?
I think
But what if it starts 3 months down the road? But here's the thing, I
Like
would
for
say.
me, I'm pro-choice, with the exception of until viability.
Here's what I will tell you. Well, viability, listen, 9 months is not viable.
No, 20. That's not true.
Nine months.
Between 20 and 24
When
weeks.
you define
The weeks and the
viability.
months and the years, we're not. The whole point is to discuss the solution.
Let me
And
explain.
then
There is no
abortion
solution. There is no
happen.
solution.
We're honest.
Because the abortion
What you
rates
saying,
are
yeah?
dropping,
I said there's no
because as
solution for one reason
technology
or reason or
improves,
another. We have,
and the
We need
mothers
better
go,
sex
and they,
education.
once they hear the
the
heartbeat,
best sex education in the
the
world.
rates drop.
The UK has one of the best sex education in the world.
Too many discussions. Let's have one.
Because of technology.
Let's have one discussion.
A child born at term is not viable.
Well, no,
she's not saying that. She's not saying that.
viability is 20 to 24 weeks because that's when the baby can live outside of the woman's body.
Yeah, but no.
So have you seen a baby? Wait a minute. Have you seen a baby at 24 weeks?
Yeah, it's a preemie. I know.
A baby looks a baby. Not only hands, it has every feature of a human being.
You shouldn't be able to abort.
Every feature.
I'm saying that you shouldn't be able to abort after 20 between 20.
You know when you were in your mother's stomach, even before 24 weeks, you know what she called you? My baby. You know why she called you my baby? Because she acknowledged that what is in her womb is a baby. Whether you want to call it viability or not, the point remains that baby had a chance to grow to full term.
My wife and I lost 3 children by miscarriage.
Yes. And you know how she felt, yes? Your wife?
Her, me too.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that you will never understand how she feels. As men, I think we probably can imagine, but I don't think it'll do any justice because a woman goes through this 9 months that we can only imagine, I suppose.
Everybody here is to some extent pro-life, right? You're partially pro-life.
I think she's pro-choice.
More pro-choice.
Yes.
Okay. I'm pro-choice.
Say, brother.
Despite the fact that I will never, if a friend, and this has happened in my life, has come to me, a woman said, we're going to have an abortion. My wife and I did everything in our power. If you don't want this child, please just have her, have him, whatever. Don't worry, we'll raise the child.
I think the responsibility which you talked about, which is something that we instill in your children, is quite important.
A lot of women, depending on the age, things like that. If you have no money, I mean, being pregnant costs a lot of money. I understand that. I'm just saying, being pregnant costs a lot of money. It messes up your body completely.
Our society,
I think that there
our government.
Well, don't have children then. Simple as that.
I don't even want children.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying if that is the case, if they're worried about the body, they're worried about all these things, don't have children.
Well, no, but if you're saying they can't have a child because of money, the issue isn't the baby. The issue is poverty.
I'm not saying. He said they should keep them to
solution isn't to eliminate the child.
I understand what you're saying. I've been pro-life and I've moved my stance throughout the years. So I understand what you're saying. And I've been there myself.
If anyone has seen an abortion, how they basically pluck the child limb by limb.
I've seen it.
I mean, you will never want to have an abortion for anyone, let alone your own child.
I was in the doctor with my best friend holding her hand.
24 weeks, viability goes out the window then.
Listen to me.
I genuinely do.
Name me one magical society in which we can magically educate everyone. Everyone practices.
I didn't say it happens overnight. I never said it happens overnight. It's like this gentleman said, you instill it in your children.
That's one part of it.
Yes.
What I'm saying, there is.
Also,
From where I'm standing, there is no
the United States, the richest country in the world, spends $700 billion on aircraft carriers. God knows what.
The only thing we can do is
If you really believe,
And billions on the Mars missions.
the only thing we can do is lessen the amount of abortions. Like, hey, invest in sexual health, in sexual education,
down with that, as we say,
community services.
society needs to take a mother who's underprivileged, has no support system, and take care of her and her child. Period.
At the end of the day,
There's adoption. You're right.
Who cares what it costs? If it's life, it's life. Right?
and the same way, abortion will
That's a good point, yeah. By the way, another solution, like the gentleman mentioned, is adoption. Those women who don't want children, they can always give it for adoption.
It's not as easy as that.
I didn't say it was easy. I said that's one of the
carry a
options.
baby, the prenatal, everything, the entire going to the doctor. It's about. My friend just had a baby. It was about $20,000 in medical bills. That's not. I'm talking. Right. Well, the NHS is fucking terrible. We can get into that conversation in a second. I don't know. When I was here with my cancer,
That's another topic altogether.
for 9 hours,
About where you get the finances from.
and how much it cost you? And how much it cost you?
Zero. I would rather pay money. I would rather pay money for good care any day of the week.
Are you actually going to stand here? Are you actually going to
How
stand
much are
here?
your taxes? How much is your
Literally
income
nothing.
tax?
Literally nothing.
No.
If I get shot in the leg right now, I can go and get you for free, mate.
What is your income tax?
Literally nothing.
No.
No.
Income tax is not no. Your income tax. Let me tell that you don't have a job and that you don't work.
Those who pay taxes, no. Yeah, about 20 to 40%.
No, here in this country, the highest taxes are up to 55%.
Oh yeah, the higher wages.
The highest taxes in America, are 35%.
That's going to change after we impeach Trump.
Listen, madam.
I love Trump and I hope that he stays for like 4 more years.
did not say
Of course I did. I will debate it all day. I will debate it all day.
You want
Stop
to?
shouting.
Whatever you want to start with.
Let's start.
All right, guys.
Ready?
I don't think we'll get to the end of this discussion
I would say
here.
one thing.
One thing is there are certain debates which will never end, and abortion is one of them.
Well, no, I don't agree
Any
with that,
other
and I'll tell you
country,
why.
developed country,
I'm probably the oldest one in this
There's
group,
a reason
right?
why everybody
Looks like, yeah.
our country to
I
get
think there's a
their
gentle. Oh, he's gone now.
And I will
Okay.
tell
There's a
you
reason
this.
why there was a baby here that just couldn't get
15
taken
years
care of, but it had to
ago,
fly
there
him
would
to
be
the United
people here
States.
How
to have
much
insurance.
screaming
how
that
much
they were
do you pay in healthcare?
no longer pro-choice, but pro-abortion.
Sorry, pro-choice is pro-abortion.
Not exactly.
Well,
What I'm saying is this.
You know the viability that they talk about. That's what they mean by pro-choice.
Madam, can I
At least in our country.
speak? Madam, listen.
If you don't, not now.